All right, so to get started, go ahead and go to agent.kw.com and we're going to sign in with our KW username and password. So let's go ahead and do that. I will give you a moment to do the same as well. Now, once we are signed into Command, we're first going to start by checking out our settings to make sure our marketing profile is complete. This information will pull over onto the landing page that we're going to create today. So let's go ahead and click on our name at the top right corner. And from here, go ahead and click Settings. From our settings page, let's click on Connect Settings on the left, and then Marketing Profile. Our marketing profile is where we can find our personal and contact information. The information here pulls over onto our website, our mobile app, our landing pages, any emails that we create. So before you create any marketing within Command, we recommend taking a look at the marketing profile just to make sure that everything is up to date. Now, toward the top, you can see some spots for your headshot and your team logo. You can go ahead and enter those here. These are best if they are a square logo. We've noticed that if they're not a perfect square, they may pull over sort of warped onto your website and other locations. So it's a good idea to have a square here. And then as you scroll down, you can add in your personal information. Now, anything with that little red star is required. And you can update this at any time. If you went through your setup process with us and you filled out that questionnaire, this should all be pretty complete for you. But you can, of course, come here and add new information or change information at any time. We also have a spot for our market center and brokerage information. So you can enter in your office logo here, your office address. Down toward the bottom, there are some spots for legal footers and compliance. You can go ahead and add in that information. And then down toward the bottom, some links for our social media. So if you have your own business pages for your real estate business, so social media pages for that, you can go ahead and add in the links here. Now, once you've updated this information, go ahead and click Save. And now when we go in and create our landing page today, this information will be up to date. Now, over on the left-hand side of our page, this is our applet menu. While you're still learning what these different icons mean, if you click on the red KW at the top left, it will expand this menu and show you the name of each applet. Let's go ahead and start today for our listings and landing pages class by selecting listings. This is going to bring us into the KWLS 2.0. Ooh, can you guys see me? Somebody asked, where are you? Can you hear me? Can you see me? Oh, maybe, okay. So if you're wondering where we are on the page, we are in Command. So I'm at agent.kw.com. I'm signed in, and you can go ahead and click the icon that looks like a little listing sign down at the bottom left, and that will bring you into listings. Now, this will first bring up My KWLS. So if you have your own listings, they should be displaying in this section. Now, if you don't see your listings here, that is totally fine. We're gonna, there's a couple things that we can do to just verify that your listing is live in the KWLS. And then if we need to, we can reach out to KWRI to make sure your listings are pulled over into this section. So I wouldn't worry about this section too much. Let's go ahead and click on Listing Search. And it may ask to know your location. Go ahead and turn that on. That'll allow you to search for listings in your area. Now, this is the KWLS 2.0 and the listing search. Now, the great thing about the KWLS 2.0 is it is linked to nearly every board in every state and some parts of Canada. So this is what pulls over onto your website. So your command website, your mobile app, any landing pages that you create, any emails with a listing search or listings. This is going to allow your clients to search for listings on those different places. So on your website, your mobile app, and so on. Now, if you have your own listings, they should pull over into the KWLS in about 3 to 12 hours after going live in the regular MLS. So there's nothing that you need to do to pull those over. That'll be done automatically for you. And we see it happen in typically about 3 to 12 hours. And that'll translate over to your website, your app, and your marketing pieces. So if you weren't able to find your listing in this My KWLS section, we recommend coming here to the listing search or going to your website and doing a listing search there. As long as you can find your listing, that means it's live within the KWLS. So I'm just going to go ahead and search for a listing here. Right now it's showing me local listings. You can see on the map, I can highlight different neighborhoods and I can select one of those neighborhoods to see listings in those areas. I can also turn on these filters over here on the right to go ahead and break down my search even further. And then I can use this search box here to search by property address, MLS number, or KWLS ID. So I'm going to go ahead and search by property address. Today is our spooky listings and landing pages class. So I have a spooky listing over in Massachusetts on Salem Street. So let's see if we can go ahead and find that. Oh, and I'm going to go ahead and turn off the map because I want to search throughout the country. So I turned off the map feature and I typed in my address here and I was able to find my listing. Now, again, if you are unable to find your listing over here in the My KWLS, as long as you can find it in the listing search, that means that it is live within the KWLS. So if unfortunately you're not able to find it in My KWLS and you'd like it to appear there, the way to fix that is to reach out to KWRI directly. And you can do so by the live chat within Command. So if you ever need to reach out to KWRI, you can do so by clicking the question mark at the top right-hand corner of your screen. And this brings up the help and information section. From here, you can go ahead and chat with support. And this will allow you to either be connected with someone from support right away, or you can go ahead and leave them a message. Now, if your listing is not in the KWLS or it's in the KWLS and not in this My KWLS section, all you need to do to reach out to them is to include your MLS number or your MLS ID, the MLS number of the property, the listing address, and your board. If you send all of that information to KWRI, They can make sure that your listing is pulled over into the My KWLS section. If you can't find it in the KWLS at all through the listing search, definitely send them that information and they can help you with pulling that over. But typically your listings, new listings, once they are live in the MLS, should come over into the KWLS automatically in about 3 to 12 hours. So that's a little bit about how you can utilize the KWLS and how you can search for your listings. Now, for today's class, we're going to go ahead and put together a listing landing page for one of our listings today. So we're going to go over to our left-hand side of the menu again. Oh, and somebody asked how I got to KW support. So this is the preferred way to get in touch with KW support. You can click on the question mark at the top right corner of command. And then click chat with support. And that will bring up the little support window. And then once you click get in touch, you have the option to live chat or leave a message. We usually go with leave a message, and then they will reply to you via email. Now, if your listing is not in the KWLS, you need to send them your MLS ID, so your personal MLS ID, your MLS board, the MLS number for the listing, and the listing address. It's basically as much information as possible, and then they should be able to help with pulling that over. Usually it's just a timing issue, but you can go ahead and message them and they would be able to assist. All right, we have an agent who says none of your listings are in the listing search or KWLS. You can also start, if you can't find it, definitely send us an email if you'd like, support@scottleroymarketing.com to see if we can find it. If not, I'll definitely hit up KW support through the live chat and they should be able to assist further. All right, so we're going to hop over and create a landing page for our listing. Yeah, and somebody's asking for our email. Our email is support@scottleroymarketing.com. Support@scottleroymarketing.com. I just dropped that in the chat as well. All right, so on our left-hand side of our page, let's go ahead and click the very last icon. That's going to bring us over to consumer. Now through the consumer section, we can manage our agent website. You can see this is our IDX site here, our landing pages, and as well as our mobile app settings. So you can set up your guides, your buyer and seller guides for your mobile app. Now for today's class, we're going to be creating a landing page. So let's go ahead and click on landing page toward the top. And you're going to use a landing page to go ahead and share information with your clients as well as capture leads. So today we're going to be creating a standalone listing landing page. On this page, you can see our landing pages that we've created previously. Now, anything where the little toggle is green, that means this page is live, and you can see some examples of pages we've made before. To get started with creating a landing page, we're going to click Create a New Page at the top right. And we have two options here. For today, let's go ahead and change this to as a landing page. So this is a standalone page for lead generation. And then create page. All right, so this is where we can build our landing page. Basically, we're going to grab different elements from the right and drag them onto the left to build our page. Now let's start by renaming our page. Up at the top, you can see it just says new landing page template. Today we're creating a listing landing page, so I'm just going to name this the listing address. So I'm going to call this 9 Salem Street. And once I hit enter or just click out of that, this will update for me. So that's the first step, renaming your page at the top left corner. Now over to the right, you can see some widgets. We're going to use these to build our page. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag different widgets from the right onto our page on the left. So let's go ahead and start with branded header. And I'm going to click on branded header and hold down the button on my mouse and drag it over to the left. Now, anywhere where this green line appears, that's where the widget is going to drop once I let go of the button on my mouse. So I can go ahead and do that now. I'm going to let go. And we have our branded header. Now, this is pulling over from our marketing profile. So that's why we are able to see our information. That's why we went in at the beginning of class to go ahead and update that. Next thing we're going to add is a listing block. So from the right, go ahead and click on listing and pull that over to the left. Again, anywhere where this green line appears, that's where the widget will drop once we let go of the button on our mouse. So I'm going to let go. And here we go. So this will show a generic Austin listing at first. If you scroll down, you can see some more information. We're going to go through, after we add all of our widgets, we will configure the widgets and select our specific listing. Let's go ahead and scroll down toward the bottom. The next widget we're going to add is our lead form. So I'm going to grab lead form from the right and drag it down toward the bottom. And there we go. Our lead form is here. Now, if somebody looks at this page and they're interested in learning more about the listing, they can go ahead and enter in their information, and this will come to you in your command database. So we have our lead form. Those are the main things that I would recommend. You can definitely stop after that, and this is more than enough information. So we have our info at the top, our information about the listing, and then our lead capture form. Now I'm going to add just a few more items as well. You can add any of these widgets that you'd like. You can also add in different content blocks. So if you need to add in standalone images or blocks of text, you can definitely add those in here. So for example, if you had a listing that was not on the market yet, that may not be in the KWLS, so you would manually have to create this, and you could do so with these different blocks here. But I'm going to go back to widgets. We're going to add just a couple more widgets for today. Let's go ahead and add in a market snap. I'm going to drop this here. Now this will show us different statistics and information based on the neighborhood that we select. So again, we'll go in and reformat this and select our specific area. But this will pull over onto our site, just giving more information to anybody who may be interested in this property. So that was the market snap. Next, let's go ahead and choose video. I'm going to drag video from the left, drop it over here. Nope, drag it from the right, drop it on the left. If you have a virtual tour, or maybe an intro video from yourself, some sort of video that you think will be useful for whoever is viewing this, you can add that in as well. And all of these right now are sort of just like placeholders. We will be configuring these widgets shortly. The last thing I'm going to add is our agent branding. I'm going to drop that at the very bottom. Basically a nice little footer for our page that has our contact info. So this looks good. This is all the information that I would like to add today. Of course, you can add as many items as you need. But next we need to go ahead and finalize these. So let's click Configure Widgets at the bottom right. Now this brings up our different widgets that we have on the page currently. You can see most of these are already completed. We have the little green check mark, but we're going to start toward the top and work our way through every one. So let's go ahead and click on branded header. And here we go. Now we can add in this information. Now we can add in a header. It's not required. So I'm just going to type in something introducing 9 Salem Street. Now you only have 30 characters here, so you will have to keep that sort of short and sweet. That's what I'm going to add here. And then everything else pulled from our marketing profile, but it's a good idea to just confirm that this is all correct. Once we click save and apply at the very bottom, this will refresh and you can see it updates with that page header right away. We're going to work our way through these widgets. So up at the top right, let's click on the arrow. So we're in the first widget of 6. Let's click the right arrow to move to number 2. Next is our listing. So we need to select our listing. Let's go ahead and click Browse Listings here. And search by property address. All right, I found my listing. Oh, this is not. Let's see. The listing I had initially chosen, here it is. Perfect. This is built in 1800. It's kind of in that spooky area near up in Massachusetts on Salem Street. So I thought that was a good fit for today's class. Let's go ahead and select this listing here. But of course, you can search by property address, MLS number, or KWLS ID to find your listing here, and then go ahead and click select. Over on the right, you can see it has our listing selected here. And now we need to choose our header image. I'll just go ahead and choose this. You can choose from the listing. This pulled over the listing photos from the KWLS. You can also upload a custom listing if you'd like. But I'll just go ahead and leave this as the first photo here and then click save and apply. Perfect. So let's go ahead and keep moving on. We will click the arrow at the top right to move to our third widget. Now this is where we can enter in the market snap information. We recommend skipping the header and just entering in the postal code, and it'll basically fill in everything else for us. So for postal code, I'll go ahead and type that in. And then it allows me to choose neighborhoods. So once you type in the postal code, you can select the neighborhood that this is in from the bottom. And then click save and apply. And you can see once we do that, it should update and it says Salem Lowell neighborhood trends. So you can see it shows some active and sold statistics for this neighborhood. Let's go ahead and keep moving on. We will click the arrow at the top right, and then we have our video. So you can use videos for your virtual tours. Maybe you have an intro video talking to the potential client. Whatever it is, you can use a video here by uploading either the video itself. If you have the video file, you can choose that from your computer here, or you can pull a video from YouTube or wherever you have the video hosted. So I'm going to use a video URL today. I have a surprise video that we're going to add in for today's spooky class. So I have YouTube up in another screen. Basically what I'm going to do is just copy the address of the YouTube video. And I'm going to paste that here. And once I click save and apply, of course you can add in a headline like check out this virtual tour. something like that, virtual tour from 123 Main Street, whatever it is. Once we click save and apply, it'll add in our video. And here we go. We have, I put a spell on you from Hocus Pocus. Just felt right for today. So we have our video there, but just so you guys can see it, what I did was I pulled up the video that I wanted on the landing page. So just like I'm viewing the video, I'm watching the video itself. All you would do is copy the address in the address bar. And that's what I pasted here. And that pulls over perfectly into our landing page. So we have our video here. Let's go ahead and you can see, here's the header, check out this virtual tour. And let's click save and apply. And that's already good to go. Moving along, let's click the arrow again. Next is our lead form. It says interested, let's talk. You can leave that. You can change it if you'd like. I'll go ahead and change this to contact today for a private showing. And again, click save and apply, and this will update right away. Last one, we will click the arrow and go to the agent branding. Again, this pulls over from our marketing profile, so we may not need to change anything here. It's a good idea to just take a quick glance, make sure everything is up to date, and from there we can click save and apply. Now this is good to go. Our page is complete. You can scroll through, take one last look, but this is what your clients will see when they go to this page. They have the listing, they have the neighborhood snap, the virtual tour or video, and then your information and an ability to contact you toward the bottom. So this is good to go. Very quickly and easily, we were able to create this custom landing page. I'm going to go ahead and click Publish Page at the top right. It will ask if you are sure. Let's go ahead and click Yes, Update. And there we go. Now this will refresh and bring you back to the consumer section. It pulls up agent site pages. Let's go ahead and click on landing pages. And you can see this is our page at the top. Now this is live, but nobody's really seeing this yet unless you've sent it to them directly. If you ever needed to, if you wanted to take this down or change the status so it's not live, you can go ahead and click on this toggle here, and that will set the page to inactive. Once you click that toggle again, it will make this active. So if this link is green, that means the page is active. And let's go ahead and just click on this. Click on the link for the page, and you can see this is what it looks like. Looks pretty good. Now from this page, you can see the page name, the page URL, and then how many leads you received. So if somebody was on this page and they entered in the contact information, you'd be able to see the number of leads down here. So you can see, for example, on our testing lead capture page, we have 3 leads that we got from this. And I'll be showing you today where to find those leads as well. All right, now let's talk about the domain or the URL of this page. So you can see this is pretty long, pretty jumbled. We do have the ability to change this. So over on the far right, we can click the ... If we ever wanted to edit the page, if we need to change something, remove some widgets, whatever it is, we can click edit, and that will bring us back into the editor to make those changes. We also have the option to change the URL. So I'm going to go ahead and click that option here. So we only have the option to change everything that comes after pages.kw.com/ScottLeroy, this number, and then this text here. So this is what we can change. So I can change this to all of this /9 Salem Street. There we go. And that'll make it a little more customized, a little shorter. Now, you also, if you wanted to, this is not required, you can purchase a custom domain. So for example, if I purchased 9salemstreet.com, you can go ahead and forward that to this web page. And then if somebody were to go to 9salem.com, they can go directly to this landing page. Now that's a great way for you to promote that as your listing. For your listing signs, a lot of agents I've seen have a sign writer, which their regular sign is just like their regular info, has their name, contact information, and then there's usually something that goes on the top or hangs from the bottom that has more detailed information that you can customize about the listing. So if I was an agent, what I could do is I could create this listing landing page, and then maybe on that sign writer, I could put the link to this web page. Check out this site to learn more, 9salem.com. You can also create a QR code for this page if you wanted to. If you created flyers for this listing, postcards, or if you want to put a QR code on your sign, that's a possibility as well. So if we go to, I'm just going to search QR code generator, and I'll show you the site that we like to use. I think it's this one. All right, so this is the site that I like to use. I'll drop this in the chat for you as well. So this is the-QR code-generator.com. If you wanted to, you could also create a QR code for this. So you can use this URL right here, just copy this. Go to a free QR code generator, and in this box here, you can enter in the URL and watch this QR code on the right. As soon as I enter that, it changes, and this gives me a custom QR code. I can now save this. I can right-click and save the image. And now if anybody scans this QR code, they will be brought to that listing landing page right away. So that's another thing that you can add on your signs, add on your flyers, add on your postcards, whatever it is. So that's another great way for you to promote this listing and utilize that listing landing page. You can also take this link and post it directly on social media. So if you go into Facebook and go in like you're creating a new post, posting from your page or your business profile, you can actually enter in this link, add some custom information like check out my brand new listing in Salem, enter in the link, and then your clients or people looking at your page or profile can be brought to that page directly. Oh, somebody asked about the custom name. So when you're on this page under landing pages, you can go ahead and click on the ... to the far right and click change URL. Now that only allows you to change the end part of this, but it does allow you to customize that. So ... and then change URL. If you purchase a custom domain, so salemstreet.com, whatever it is, you can go ahead and email us, support@scottleroymarketing.com, and we can set up the forwarding for you. Of course, that's not required. You don't have to purchase a URL, but if you do that, we can assist with setting up the forwarding for you. Now, if anybody is on your page and they enter in their information on that contact form, that is going to come over to you as a new lead. So let's go ahead and switch gears a little bit before we wrap up today and see how we can find those leads from our new contacts. So over on the left, let's go ahead and click contacts, and that's going to bring us into our command database. So second icon from the top, over on the left-hand side, that brings us into contacts. Now this is our command database here, and I'm going to show you how you can filter your contacts to find those new leads from your landing pages. So up toward the top, let's go ahead and click on filters. The first thing we're going to select from our filters is leads only. So anybody that enters in their information on your landing page will come in as a new lead. You can see over here on the left, anybody with that little elk icon, that means they are tagged or marked as a lead. So we want to view our leads only, and then under lead source, we'll go ahead and click on lead source, and you can type in landing page. Once we start typing in landing page, you can scroll down and make sure you select KW landing page. Once we've done that, we can go ahead and click apply. And this will show me all of my leads that I've gotten from my landing pages. So from here, you can go ahead and check out those new contacts, get in touch with them. If you actually go here and click on the contact profile, it will show you where this lead came from. So in the contact profile, you can see over here on the right, this lead was received from the testing lead capture page. And then you can reach out to them. You can now send them an email. Hey, I saw you were looking at this listing landing page. Would you like to set up a showing? And go from there. So that's a great way for you to keep track of those leads that come in from those landing pages. Now, one last thing we want to do before we wrap up today, I'm going to go ahead and hit the back to contacts button. And this is still showing me my landing page leads. I also want to create a smart view. Now, a smart view is a custom filter that you can easily apply to view contacts in your database. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click create smart view. And it's going to create a smart view based on the filters that we've selected. So right now we are looking at our contacts that came in from our landing pages that are marked as leads. So we looked at those based on the lead source and then that they are tagged as leads. So let's go ahead and click Create Smart View. And from here, we can enter in the Smart View name. So I'm going to call this Landing Page Leads. Now, checking this box here for Set as Default Smart View, that means when you sign into Command and go to your contacts, that will be the Smart View that appears right away. I don't want to see this as my main contact view, so I will leave that unchecked. So I'm calling this Landing Page Leads, and I will click Save Smart View. All right, and let me go ahead and show you that in action. So I'm just going to go back to my regular view. I'm looking at all of my contacts. So let's say I just signed into Command. I just came into the contact section for the first time. Now that I have that Smart View created, I can go ahead and click on Smart View here. And then click Landing Page Leads. And there we go. I can very quickly pull up those new contacts from my landing pages. And that is actually about it for today's class. I do want to pull up our website here, scottleroymarketing.com. I did record this class, so I'll put this in the chat again. This will be up on slmtraining.com later today. So if you have further questions or you need assistance with anything, definitely feel free to reach out. You can also rewatch that class, but our contact information is here. We're available Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern, and you can see our phone number and our contact email here. So thank you guys for watching our class today. I hope everybody has a fun and safe weekend, and we will talk to you soon.